Hey everyone! I wanted to post a video with some tips and tricks that I've learned for doing pedicures, and I'm just going to jump right in. I already did my first two toes. I almost forgot that I was making this video, but that's okay. I'll review the prep work and we'll just start from right here. So the first thing you want to do, and this is true for pedicures or manicures, is prep work. And the most important part is pushing back your cuticles and making sure that you have a good work surface for your nails. What I use is the Jamberry Cuticle Remover. It comes in this bottle with the brush pen cap. You twist the bottom and then you just brush it onto your cuticles here. Once you get it brushed on, you can take the purple pusher, a wooden stick, or I like to use this cuticle pusher that came with the deluxe toolkit, and you'll take the spoon side and push those cuticles back. Now on your toes, your cuticles are a lot thicker and more stubborn, so you might have to work it a little more. You might have to do this step a couple of times, but it is most definitely the most important step. So don't skip it and don't skimp on it. Make sure you're getting all them cuticles pushed back. After you get your cuticles out of the way, you want to either wash your feet with Dawn dish soap, or I take rubbing alcohol in a dish rag and I'll just clean it that way. It's a little bit easier. Okay, and I did not shape my toenails, I did not trim my toenails, and I'll tell you why in just a little bit. But once you get them cleaned off, you need to either buff the surface, or you can take a nail file and lightly work the surface of the nail. Now, you don't want to be rough with this. It's important because you don't want to do actual damage to your nail. You just want to create a slightly more adhesive surface for the Jamberry wraps. Once you do that, you want to wipe it down with an alcohol wipe, or again with Dawn dish soap, making sure you're scrubbing at it extra hard this time because this is the last thing you'll do before you apply your wraps. And you want to make sure you've got a clean work surface. So I'll just let this mini heater dry them real quick. Make sure they're good and dry. And then let's jump into it. I'm actually using a design called Tuscan Sunset. It's a matte finish, and I'm going to be using it on my nails later this week, so I want to have a matching mani-pedi. It's my daughter's birthday this weekend, so we're going to go take her to the splash pad and probably be showing off my toes. So you only need the two biggest wraps that come on a sheet to do a Jamberry pedicure. And I know that's kind of mind-blowing, but it's true. So this second to last wrap is the size that fits my big toe. So you just cut it directly in half like you would for a manicure. Lift it up using a purple pusher, a wood stick, or I was actually using my cuticle groomer today. And put it on your toe. Then you'll heat it down the center, smooth it out, and then heat it on each side and smooth towards the edges. Now I've left the excess on here. I'm going to come back in a little bit and take care of that. I've already done my second toe, but for your baby toes, you're going to take the biggest wrap on the sheet and cut it directly down the center. Just long ways like that. And 1/2 is going to do each foot. So I've already did my first toe, but here's the rest of that sliver. You can see, let me see if I can get a good close up here. That's the rounded edge. I cut it directly down the center, and I've just used this last little bit here. So what I've been doing, you can see the plastic backing is still on there. What I do is I cut it straight across on the bottom, and then I'm going to look at it and see, is it the right width for this toe? And the right width is going to be the one that does not touch any skin. So it looks like this is just a little bit too wide. I'm just going to take my nail scissors while it's still on the plastic backing. I'm going to lightly lift up the edge here, and I'm going to slim it down. And I'm just kind of eyeballing what length that toenail is. It's not wanting to stay in focus. But I'm going to cut off that sliver, and then I'll remove it. You can see that it's notched there. And then I'm just going to round out the bottom edges so it kind of matches my toe a little bit better. Now this is not an exact art. Once you're standing up, you're not going to see slight imperfections, so it doesn't have to match exactly what your toenail looks like. Just kind of get it close. Once I round out the edges, and remember this is all still while it's on the plastic backing, I'm going to lower it down to my toe, and I'm just peeling this plastic backing back so it's coming off of the backing. I'm not going to touch it. You never want to touch the sticky side with your bare skin because you'll add oils to it and it won't adhere as well. And I'm going to eyeball it one last time. It looks like it is the right width now. And I'm going to stick it on there. Alright, the plastic backing is now resting on the back of my toe, not touching skin with the adhesive side, and I'm going to trim it while it's just hanging out there. And when it falls off, that plastic backing is going to seal back to the adhesive side. Alright, same thing, heat it up. Your toes are tiny, so you might not need to do the middle and then each individual side, but you might want to. It's up to you. For me, it just all goes in one motion. Just going to smooth it outward. And then with that excess at the end, I'm going to grab it and pull it in a downward motion just to help it adhere better to the ends. Now if you had any wrinkles at this point, you could heat up your cuticle pusher or your cuticle spoon and press out the wrinkles. That works pretty well. Or you could even reheat it with the heater and use your thumbnail and try to iron it out that way. Either way works, whatever's best for you and whatever feels the most comfortable to you. Alright, got that toe done. We're going to take that same sliver. We still got to do 2 more nails. We have more than enough wrap left. And same concept, so it's still on the plastic backing. I'm lining it up with this toe, and I'm seeing, just like I expected, it's much too wide for this toe. I'm going to take my scissors, gently lift it up from the backing, and I'm going to trim it down. It's slippery. Trim it down. Cut off the edge. Okay, and there's my notch that I cut out of it. Now I'm going to round the edges on the bottom. This time I'll show you guys what it looks like after the edges are rounded. I forgot to on the last one. Okay, so I slightly rounded the edges. You can see that there. And then I'm going to push this backing back so it lifts off of there. I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to put it onto my toenail. Okay, and I'll let it go. The backing's resting on the back of my toe. I'm going to take my scissors and cut it while it's still attached. Still have more than enough left for my little baby pinky toe. I'm going to heat it up. And I'm just kind of guessing around like 5 seconds-ish. This is a matte finish. The glossy finishes go for around 5 or 6 seconds per side. Matte finish is just a little bit less, but they're still a very forgiving finish, so it's not too bad like the metallic finish. Now the metallic finish, you literally can only heat metallic finishes for 1 second, and you have to apply a lot more pressure. So keep in mind what kind of finish your wrap has. So that toe's done. We've got all of this piece left for one teensy little baby toe. So I'm going to line it up. Oops, it's upside down. Line it up. It's much too wide. Same thing as before. I'm going to go in here and slim it down off of the side first. Sorry, I keep forgetting to center it with you guys. Okay. Slim it down. Round off the corners. Peel it back. Oh boy, running out of plastic. Don't touch the sticky side. Check it. Oh, I left it too thick. No worries. I'm just going to hold it. Slim it down one more time. And then I'll try it again. Much better. Okay, press it on. Trim off the excess. I still had, oh boy, scissors grabbed it a little bit. Got a little sticky. It's okay. Trim off the excess. Okay, heat it up. And press it. Alright, once you got them all on there, You're going to take nail clippers. I got the Jamberry nail clippers, came with my deluxe tool kit. And I just cut off the excess Jamberry nail wrap with my toenail, so it's an exact fit. You don't have to file it afterwards. You're just good to go. Just make sure you go all the way to the edge, because you don't want to leave any excess hanging off of the edge there. If you have a hard time getting into the corners, you could also take your tiny nail scissors and use those to get into your corners. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of these toes clipping off the camera so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me clip my toes, because that's kind of gross. But there's what one finished toe would look like. And then here's what the rest of my little piggies look like before I get them trimmed. I'll post a finished picture in the comments.